What's up, everyone? So, as promised, this is going to be our first episode of our Thursday video series where we will be doing a review, specifically today, or any number of other things, DIY, how-tos, etc. So, what I wanted to go over today, first off, a little bit of a shout-out, an allusion to our next week Thursday video about picking up some gear on the cheap. I'm wearing my first complete set of multicam. I've got the shirt, which I've had for a while. You've probably seen it on some of our videos on Instagram, or sorry, pictures on Instagram. Then I also, if you can see, I'm running a pair of multicam pants. These ones specifically are made by Core. Picked them up for just under 40 bucks. So I'm running a complete multicam combat set for just around $70 in total. But we'll be getting into that if you guys would be interested a little bit next week. But what I wanted to really go over today is I made an order, finally, to a company I found on Instagram called Coyote Tactical Solutions, okay? Awesome group, guys. And basically, for those of you that don't know, Green Mountain Rangers have shown a lot about their pig, using the pig elastic cummerbund on their JPCs and on their 6094s, back on the range 6094s. And I'm not using this loadout because I want to be a Green Mountain Ranger, although I do have to be 100% honest. Anyone out there that says they didn't take some inspiration from them, I think is being a little bit dishonest. I used to look up to them before a lot of the drama started happening, and I think they've kind of reinvented themselves in a pretty good way. But I like the idea of it because with the standard cummerbund, once you put it on, you're kind of locked in. So hopefully you didn't want to change it, or you didn't set it too tight so you can't breathe or whatever. And especially personally, being someone that has asthma, if you set a cummerbund down too tight, which I'm notorious for doing intentionally even, but if you do that, you're kind of setting yourself up for failure because once you get out there and you start running around, you're going and you don't have the ability to expand your lungs that way. Especially since I run fake plates that I've custom made in my plate carriers, it just doesn't work out. So again, Coyote Tactical Solutions, and I in the comments it said, here's for Higher Airsoft Team, and I thanked them for helping me out through social media on their Instagram page, and commenting back and forth with me for almost a year at this point about different options they had and things like that. So what I have is I have the beta style cummerbund in multicam. And they said, thanks brother, don't forget to do a review. So this is going to be more of a first impressions. Once I get out to a couple games, I will do more of a full-on review. But basically this was a $52 order that included shipping. It's a $44.95 item, and it doesn't matter what color you get it in. The beta, which is this version here that comes with extra mag pouches, is $44.95 regardless of what you get. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move a little closer to the camera and give you guys a bit more of a close-up and in-depth look at what I have on. So, like I said, what I ordered was the beta cummerbund in multicam. What that allows you to do is allows you to run a total of 4 magazines. The way I have this plate carrier set up right now, I am not, as you can see back here, there's a little bit of a pouch back here where the regular Condor cummerbund would run through. I have not added any Velcro inside of that. I am purely running this based off of the Velcro sticking together on the cummerbund itself. So I only have access and the ability to use 3 out of the 4 mag pouches, but for my applications that works just fine. So on the left side I'm running way back in the back a Midland radio. That's my main comm setup. I'm waiting to get a Code Red headset's shoulder mic, but that's my radio. Then, for example, I've got a high cap in this one. I've got one of my K120s up on the left side over here. And then if I turn over here, I have 3 of my PMags. These are my shorty PMags. And then for those of you that are curious, re-indexing, I'm not sure this is really fair because this is brand new. But even being brand new, it's still not very hard to re-index a magazine into this cummerbund. So, one of the really cool things, it comes in 4 different color options: multicam, ranger green, coyote brown, and I believe black is the 4th color option. Yeah, black is the 4th color option. Again, I went with multicam. It was no extra cost, and I figured, hey, why not? They do have their Coyote Tactical Solutions logo on the side here. What I would recommend and why I decided to go with them, they're an American-made company. They communicate with their fan base. They also communicate with people that have heard of them but haven't used them before, and I think that's something that's really cool. One other thing I'd like to point out, as it is shown on their website, if you were running, say, like a slick plate carrier, you could also carry, say, like a pistol in this cummerbund. In this case, I have a full-size VFC M&P9, which is no problem for this cummerbund. Okay, it fits absolutely perfectly inside of here. I have no worries about retention, and then again, when I need to, as long as you can get a finger inside the two layers, no problem. This is a Hypalon material, so this is basically just like running a Blue Force Gear triple M4 on the side of your cummerbund, except in this case it is built in your cummerbund. It's extremely flexible, and what I've done, the way I have this plate carrier set up, since I'm not using any Velcro on the back to hold it in place, I've actually just, I put the cummerbund while I'm not wearing it to the right length, and then I actually just spread it out as I put it over my head. That way I don't have issues with the Velcro shifting to the back or anything. It's not a permanent fix. I do have with me over here, I have purchased Velcro. I just haven't had the time to sew it in yet. So that's why I'm running it like this. And for my first game, just out of curiosity, I'm going to leave it like this and run it this way. But with all that being said, what does this mean? This is more of a first impressions video. Quality, I'm giving it a solid 10 out of 10, okay? I've owned Blue Force Gear fake and real pouches before. This reminds me 100% of the real ones, and I have no doubt that there will be no problems with this, and if there is a problem with this cummerbund, I have 100% faith that they will, help me out if I shoot them an email or call them up and be like, hey, so such and such happened because, I took a really nasty fall and somehow just managed to rip the whole thing, or whatever the case may be. I think I'd really do a lot more damage to myself before I would really do any damage to this cummerbund. But case point, a great group of people to deal with. Their communication's 110%, and they're a company that will truly stand behind their product. They make a lot of other things in terms of like IFAK pouches, things like that. They also make individual rifle sleeves. Same concept here, just like the Blue Force Gear ones, but they're singles only. So you could run a set of 3 of them up front or something like that in replacement. Blue Force Gear, I realize, is also made in the US of A, but this is a somewhat smaller company, and Blue Force Gear, in my opinion, they're great, but they can't communicate with me one-on-one like Coyote Tactical Solutions has. So communication is another 10 out of 10. Made in America, 100% on that, so no problem there. But with that being said, if you guys have any questions, feel free to comment below. For those of you that are looking at this going, hey, that's a really cool concept, but I don't want the mag pouches, they do make a different version of this cummerbund, which is completely slick, just like the SKD Tactical one. The only issue with the SKD Tactical one is it is out of stock absolutely everywhere I checked. The slick version starts at $29.99. This one starts at $44.99. And then all you have to do is add shipping to either of those two prices. So, with that being said, again, check out, if you haven't already, Coyote Tactical Solutions. Let me block out all my contact info there. But check out Coyote Tactical Solutions. And, seriously, if you're on Instagram, if you're already following us on Instagram, Here's for Hire Airsoft Team, please go ahead and check them out. Again, if you have any questions, shoot them a message or comment on one of their photos or email them. Great. They'll get back to you, I guarantee it. So, last but not least, the one thing I want to say is I want to give a huge shout out to Big Mama Soul off of Instagram. She gave us a whole bunch of call sign patches, as well as some patchwork patches and things like that. So, huge shout out to her. Great stuff. I'm loving it. I'm also rocking one on the back of my helmet. So, it really, call sign patches, I think, give a great way to not only add a little bit of personality to your team, but also add a lot of functionality in terms of being able to incorporate each other with other units. So, the last update for you guys, I do apologize. I got an email on my day of graduation, like my dad was there sitting in the stands and got the email like 10 minutes before I was about to walk, and I got it like 10 minutes after I had finished graduation. Operation Wasteland by OLC-MSS has been postponed, aka canceled. They gave us our money back and everything. So sadly, no out of game footage this month, or no out of state game footage this month. But in replacement, do expect some extra game footage locally. We're gonna try and have a team game and get that put together real quick. And other than that, until next time, guys, you stay safe. Operate on. H4H01 out.